The Philippines has its own climate action commitments, like making renewable energy account for over 30% of its total power supply by 2030. Where is the country now with its climate-related targets? We're joined now by Frederic Carron of energy company Wartsila. He joins us now in our studios. He's based in Singapore, but he is now in Manila. Frederic, great to have you with us. Of course, you have COP28. You have the Philippines targets. Are we on track?
It's going to be a difficult task to reach this target. Energy transition is not something easy, but we believe it's possible by taking the right steps. Yeah.
And what are the right steps, Frederic?
The right steps, we feel that first is about setting a clear and firm target. And maybe in the Philippines, that's something that can still be further tuned, because there is, as you said, 35% target in the National Renewable Energy Plan for the Philippines by 2030. It should be at least 35% of renewable, but it's a bit of an aspirational target. It's not firm, it's not written in the law, so the commitment could be a bit stronger. So a clear target, then you need a clear plan. And for that, I think you have to commend the DOE. They have made a plan up to 2050, 2060, where they see that you can reach this target if you add the right type of technology, especially solar and wind. There is going to be a huge need of solar energy in the Philippines. To be able to reach this target in 2030, you need to add more than 17 gigawatts of solar. So target, having the plan, choosing also the right technology for balancing, because renewables are intermittent.
And what kind of technology? Integrating flexibility into the power systems.
Okay, this is key because we have seen in many places, you can take the example maybe at some point of China, that yes, there was the good willingness to add the renewable in the system, intermittent renewable like solar and wind, but there was lack of advanced planning for the flexibility that is going to be necessary to balance the grid and make sure that the grid is stable. And for that, you have several technologies. You have gas engine plant, you have battery energy storage system, you can have pump hydro system, a range of technology.
And of course, Frederic, the big problem is many companies, the buzzword, of course, over the past few years has been renewable energy, and local companies have been getting into solar, wind, and all kinds of renewable energy. But do we really have the transmission grids? Do they really have the capacity to be able to absorb all of this new renewable energy?
You need everything. You need new investment also in transmission. You are right. You need to still give more support to the investment in the solar industry, in the wind industry. You were asking me, are we on track? I would tell you, no, we are not. Because if you look at last year, it was less than 500 megawatts of solar that was installed in the Philippines, while the need is going to be at least 2 gigawatts per year for the next 20 years. So we need to catch up, but we need also, and maybe that's where the government can support the investors. There was also already some good measures that taken in place to favor the foreign investment, but also I think land acquisition, transmission is also big.
You say that very key word, no? We really have to do a lot of catching up.
Yes.
How is Wartsila working with the local power companies to narrow this gap?
First of all, I think we are helping in detailing the plan to get there. So what's the optimal energy mix that you need in terms of technology, which capacity and by when? Once you have a plan, then we support with some of the technology. We are not doing everything, but we focus on the balancing technology with our engine plants, also the battery system.
And where does Wartsila currently move and work with our local power companies?
In the Philippines, we have already done some projects with some of the well-known companies, San Miguel, Aboitiz, on the battery energy system, for instance. But we are also discussing with all the major players, the traditional player on the energy side, to help them decide on what should be their next investment. What technology should they be choosing? Yeah.
And with these potential new investments, what are the anticipated economic and environmental impacts for the Philippines?
I think that's the beauty of it, and sometimes that's what people don't really fully get, is that if you plan the system well ahead and well in advance, actually introducing renewables in the system plus the flexibility that is necessary to secure the system and then phase out your fossil fuel plant, especially the inflexible one, you can reach an optimized system, and the overall system cost of electricity can be lower than what it is now. So it can be cleaner and it can be more affordable while still keeping the security. So we made detailed study. We can really get some good, let's say, price premium.
But if we realistically integrate this flexibility in the power systems, can we attain our targets by 2030?
You can, but you know, we have a saying in Wartsila, every second counts. There is no time to waste. And
we're behind the curve.
There is some catch up to do, that's clear.
Thank you so much for sharing with us your vision and for working with local power companies. Frederic Carron from Wartsila Energy Business.
Thanks a lot, Rico.